Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023. And we begin with a potato moment for a famous actor who was also once the governor of California. Action hero turned politician Arnold Schwarzenegger pulled out a shovel, cement, sand, and a cell phone to film himself filling in a pesky pothole in his Brentwood neighborhood. He said it's been there for weeks, messing with cars and bikes, and, well, if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. His millions of social followers had a field day, with one even labeling him the Tarminator. But there was just one small problem. The pothole wasn't actually a pothole. According to the city, it was a trench dug by utility workers back in January to repair gas lines, and their work wasn't finished. There's no word yet on what the next steps will be or if Arnold will be fined for his homemade fix, but most likely SoCal Gas will at some point have to pick up what Mr. Schwarzenegger laid down. Southeastern Florida is wringing itself out after what's being called a once-in-a-thousand-years storm. 26 inches of rain fell Wednesday, enough to turn roads into rivers, close schools, and even bring the Fort Lauderdale airport to a screeching halt. Floodwaters blocked the exits and entrances, with some desperate travelers abandoning their cars and hoofing it to the terminal, only to find hundreds of flights canceled. There's also a video circulating on social media that shows a man swimming in the middle of downtown on Broward Boulevard as cars created waves trying to pass him. Florida's rainy season doesn't even begin for another month, and already Fort Lauderdale has received 40% of its annual rainfall total. Sun is now back in the Sunshine State's forecast, and the airport was due to reopen at 5 this morning. It's a space race here on Earth. A museum in Maine is offering $25,000 to the first person who can find a big chunk of meteorite that streaked through the skies and created a sonic boom over the weekend. It won't be easy. The fireball was unusually bright, but where it likely landed is especially remote. The radar that picked up its arrival indicates it came down in a heavily wooded area near the state's border with Canada. According to ABC News, the Maine Mineral and Gem Museum wants to add to its collection of Moon and Mars memorabilia, but not just any piece of the space rock will do. Only the first meteorite hunter to deliver a 1-kilogram specimen, which is about 2.2 pounds and the size of a softball, will get to claim the $25,000 prize. There's pressure mounting on the oldest serving senator in the U.S. to step down. 89-year-old Dianne Feinstein of California has been sick with the virus known as shingles since late February and was expected to return to Washington, D.C. in March, but complications have kept her home in San Francisco. She's reportedly missed 60 of 82 votes taken in the Senate this year, and now 2 House Democrats have gone public with calls for her resignation. The first was Representative Ro Khanna, who tweeted, "While she has a lifetime of public service, she can no longer fulfill her duties." Senator Feinstein disagrees and says she'll work remotely until she can return to D.C. She's also offered to temporarily step down from the Judiciary Committee so that votes can be taken on a slew of new potential judges. That process has been on hold during her absence. Splash Mountain at Disney World in Florida is already gone. And now there's a date with destiny for Splash Mountain at Disneyland in California. According to the park, the last day to ride it will be May 30th, after which it will be torn down to make way for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Why the change? Splash Mountain's Brer Rabbit story is tied to Song of the South, a 1946 Disney film which many consider racist for its inaccurate portrayal of life on a plantation. That's it for KidNuz. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. The pothole that actor Arnold Schwarzenegger filmed himself repairing was actually what? According to the city, a service trench to make gas line repairs. How much rain did Fort Lauderdale, Florida receive in a short amount of time? 26 inches. Which long-serving U.S. senator is facing mounting calls to step down? Dianne Feinstein of California. How big does a meteorite have to be for someone to claim the Finder's Prize in Maine? 1 kilogram, which is about 2.2 pounds. In today's Kid News Kicker, there's a star-studded battle brewing for the title of World's Shortest Dog. Pearl is a 2-year-old Chihuahua who, according to her vet, stands exactly 3.59 inches tall and 5 inches long. For comparison's sake, NPR says that makes her shorter than a popsicle stick, barely the height of a credit card, and about as tall as a toilet paper roll. According to Guinness, that also makes her the new record holder. Pearl's humans call her a 1.22-pound diva who enjoys the good things in life, high-quality chicken and salmon, shopping, and dressing up nice. But all the attention that Pearl's getting has caught the eye of actress Demi Moore, who thinks her dog, Pilaf, is even shorter. She posed him with a $100 bill to make her point and is possibly toying with the idea of a Pearl Pilaf pop-off. It's not yet clear if Pilaf will pilfer Pearl's title, but Guinness has apparently taken notice and responded to Demi's tweet with a series of surprised emojis. Before we go, we want to shout out our Kid News classrooms, starting with Mrs. Thompson and her owls at the Wilbert Snow School in Middletown, Connecticut. Teacher Kendra at the Clovis Adult Transition Program in Clovis, California. To Illinois for Mrs. Hamilton and her Kankakee K's at Montessori Fine Arts in Kankakee, and Mrs. Sanders and her Timberwolves at Midland Elementary in Lakin, and Miss Moore and her Yetis at Reunion Elementary in Commerce City, Colorado. Thanks for listening. Our Week in Review quiz is up on our website, and for those who signed up for emails, our weekly word search is in your inbox. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News Monday morning.